How's it going, you sexy little beasties, you? It is Monday, and you know what that means. Update time. And this week, it's the expert Skillcapes that are coming along. So, Privthinus is, well, as you probably already know, going to be at the end of the month, apparently. And next week, possibly be Iron Man, I assume? I don't know. Either way, today, expert Skillcapes, a new, snappy way to show your progress to 99 to max. And yeah, that's pretty much what it is in a nutshell. So, you've got a couple of examples here. You've got the Artisan's Cape, and in order to get these you need multiple 99s. So for the Artisans you need 99 smithing, runecrafting, herblore, fletching, firemaking, crafting, construction and cooking. And yeah, you'll get one of these. I'm not sure which one. This one. This one is the Artisan's Cape. Go figure. So the second one is the Combatant's Cape, and yeah, kind of makes sense. You've got the attack, constitution, defense, magic, prayer, range and strength and summoning in order to wear that one. And that is this one right here. So yeah. The third one is the Gatherer's Cape, and this is woodcutting, mining, hunter, fishing, farming and divination, and it's this one. And it does look quite sexy. I quite like that. I'm gonna have to steal it. And the last one is the Support Cape, which is Thieving, Slayer, Dungeoneering and Agility, which is this fella right by here. So there we go. So those are the four new expert capes, the expert skill capes. So it's a multiple of 99s and you get these. So yeah, it's kind of like a stand-in between like 2 99s and max, I guess. Kind of show that you are actually progressing towards max. I think that's the reason why they're there anyway. So once you, while training the above skills at 99 via certain commonly used methods, you'll occasionally see a skill shard appear within your inventory. Once you have a shard for each of your coveted capes related skills, simply combine them, then drape yourself in the silky splendor and continue with your adventures. Expert skill capes have the same stats as your regular skill capes and come with a cosmetic hood. They can also boost all of their related skills to 100 for a short time. Finally, each of them have their own lavishly animated emotes. They can be stored in the costume room of your player owned house and can be retrieved from Diango if lost. So in other news, they've made changes to the wealth evaluator so it can now more accurately represent your wealth. Untradeable wealth is no longer included in the calculation by default. It can be toggled back on via the interface though. Bonds held in the bonds pouch are now included. Note that intradable bonds will not be counted unless the option mentioned above is toggled on. Contribution from Battle Mage, Trickster and Vanguard armor has also been reduced. It is now possible to top up your wealth evaluator in-game using your room coin balance, and you can do this by the wealth evaluator interface. So yeah. Those are the updates for the most part. So these are the skill capes. In order to obtain them, like I just said, basically you need to level these particular skills for that cape. So for example, if you wanted the pretty little sexy Gatherer's Cape, which I probably will, you need to level divination past 99. You need to keep leveling it until eventually some shard randomly appears in your inventory. Then you've got to do the same for farming, for fishing, for hunter, for mining and for woodcutting. Once you have a shard from each, you can combine them together and poof it into that. So there we go. It's the same deal with the other ones. You just got to level those skills and poof turns into those. So there we go. That's pretty much everything. Except for the patch notes. And there's quite a lot of them. I'm not going to lie. There's quite a few here. So patch note wise. Graphical. The Golden God Swords now use the correct sheathed model. The Create Gatestone animation has been reverted to no longer show coins. Miscellaneous. Buff timers are now accessible in Legacy mode through the icon in the combat panel. Barbarian Assault now has a checkbox for hard mode when using the grouping system. Barbarian Assault wave tickets will now be counted from the bank when using the grouping system. Some confusing status messages have been removed from the grouping system. Smite and Soul Split have had their prayer drain rates against opponents modified. Soul Split has had its prayer drain rate modified. Alright, fair enough, whatever. An upgraded version of the Ancient Mace is now available as a drop from the statues in the Bandos throne room. The Vecna Skull now boosts magic to a higher level. Passive versions of the Armadyl Godsword no longer apply the attack and strength buff to the wrong person in PvP. The Defense Skill Advanced Guide has been updated to correctly show the defense requirements for corrupt PvP armor. The Enhanced Excalibur Special now shares a cooldown with Rejuvenate, Guthix's Blessing and Ice Asylum. Ah, what? No way. It is no longer possible to toggle between Legacy and EOC in the Combat Academy area. It is no longer possible to stall damage by enchanting unblessed holy or unholy symbols or lighting celebration candles. The activating momentum section of the Combat Academy has been removed. All players can now continue the Ashdill tutorial after killing the undead cow. Skipping midway through the tutorial as a new player now correctly removes all tutorial related interfaces. Good to know. Wow, Soul Reaper has quite a few fixes. Surprisingly quite a few. So Hydrix jewellery can now be repaired with Onyx, and you can now use a cut Onyx on any enchanted Hydrix jewellery to recharge it by 50% per gem. The cost of buying additional tasks has been reduced from 500 to 250 Slayer points. The cost of an incomplete Hydrix has been reduced from 400 to 300 Reaper points. You can now obtain multiple Grim gems. There is now a total Slayer creature kills counter on the Slayer kills tab. This is the sum of kills for all tracked monsters. There is now a new boss kills tab similar to the Slayer kills tab that displays all boss kills along with the total. Players can now request to have their assignment size doubled to earn an extra 25% reward points. The option for this can be found within the options tab on Death's reward interface. Quick chat for Soul Reaper can now be found in the skills/slayer section. Death and Frank now have right click options for getting an assignment or viewing rewards when you visit them via Death's portal. Choosing to re-roll a Soul Reaper task on a new day will no longer stop you from being able to receive another task that day. Harakan will no longer be assigned as a Soul Reaper task to those that are yet to sacrifice a fire cape. The rewards for God Wars bosses on the Beast interface no longer shows combined Godsword shards. There is no longer a fastest kill time icon in the Beast interface for bosses that do not store this information, for example Barrow's Corporal Beast, Chaos Elemental, Dagonoth Kings, Calvert Queen and KVD. So Rival Challenge fixes. Don't even know what this is, but Rival Challenge fixes. The Challenges interface has been updated to use a more consistent interface style. Support for Legacy Mode has been added to the Challenges interface. Move daily challenges to the top of the drop-down box in the Challenges interface. The Minigames interface has been updated to support Legacy Mode. The item name Adamant Daggers has been corrected in the Smithing Challenge. The location of Crimson Swifts in the Hunter Challenge has been corrected. A missing colon has been added to the instructions for pickpocketing male ham followers. The name of the Agility Tickets Challenge has been updated. A problem with clearing active tasks when completing some types of challenges has been fixed. An issue with lucky challenge tasks that mean they may not display properly in the active task window has been fixed. There we go. Engine fixes. The trigger order when players in group logout has been changed. The trigger order when players in groups logout has been changed. I don't know. A number of smaller optimizations have also been made. It'd be nice to get kind of specifics on that, but yeah. HTML5 fixes. A fix to the camera during certain cutscenes in HTML5. Attempting to hop to a HTML5 world you shouldn't be able to log into should no longer cause the game area to not show when returned to the original. Opening and closing the HTML5 world map no longer causes the game area to revert to older states, as in doors being open but looking like they're closed. So there we go. And that is all the updates for today. So yeah, go and get yourself some expert skill capes if you can. They do look kind of funky. Well, I think I might actually go for them, and yeah, maybe I'll show them off once I got them. So there we go. Pretty capes. Yeah. It's a shame they're the same stats as a max cape though, let's be honest. Max cape, fucking bellend. It's skill cape. They got the same stats as a skill cape, even though it requires, what, like 8 skills for the artisans? And the same thing for the combat and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know, see? I don't know. There we go. That is it, people. So that is everything you need to know. You've now been informed. So until next time, I will catch you all later. Have a good one.